Hello everyone and welcome to Melville, Long Island, New York for Creative Pro Wrestling's Homecoming. Jordan DeLuciano here on the call, and we got some pre-show matches before we kick off Homecoming here in Melville, Long Island, New York, and we have a very unique one as we see JGeorge staggering around the ring as we're underway in our first of two pre-show matches. JGeorge going up against his oldest competitor yet. It's Chic Donovan out of LaGrange, Georgia. Chic Donovan, the 46-year veteran, the 76-year-old, as JGeorge has his championship belt, so Chic is going to take exception to that. And it's Chic Donovan's championship title. But yeah, Chic Donovan started in NWA, Georgia Championship Wrestling, as well as Continental Wrestling Association, as JGeorge and Chic Donovan lock horns. And Chic, despite being 76 years old, he's still got it, still looks great for his age. 1992 to 1995 was in WCW, wrestled alongside and against men like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Arn Anderson, Sting, just to name a few. You see, as JGeorge always has his film crew at the side of the ring, as Chic is going to go underneath here, grab the waist, and there's the quickness of JGeorge, but the strength of Chic Donovan shakes down the much younger JGeorge. So something you don't really expect to see. But here you got it. As Chic Donovan looks good to start things off, JGeorge might be looking down on his opponent, but right now starting off behind the 8-ball. And Chic Donovan with a scissor leg takedown. And now he's got on top of JGeorge. And I don't think the director right now knows what hit him. There's a little bit of old school mentality right there, just getting that, wrenching that arm, but also washing the face there of JGeorge, slapping on that hold. As you see, he still looks great despite being 76 years old. Chic Donovan, as he looks to Irish whip JGeorge, as he's going to hold on to that top rope. Right back to that left arm, and he's going to rake him down and flipping forward into the cover, both legs, and a kick out by JGeorge. Chic Donovan in 1995 wrestled briefly with the WWF at the time, wrestled against the British Bulldog in a losing effort. But after that, from 1996 to 2004, as JGeorge tried to catch a breather again with the ropes, but that time span of 1996 to 2004, Chic Donovan was inactive, and eventually making his return and has been sporadically back in the pro wrestling scene. As JGeorge, like I mentioned before, does not know what hit him right now, as he's going to catch a breather, walk alongside the film crew, but Chic Donovan hard in pursuit right now. And like always, JGeorge always got to get the ref distracted. And these matches with JGeorge always turn into a 3-on-1 with the film crew getting involved. But Chic Donovan takes out one member immediately. But then JGeorge off the apron, double axe handle to the back. And trying to get the 46-year veteran back into the ring. But they're going to battle on the outside for now. And Chic Donovan barely fazed by those chops, and he's going to let off a round of chops of his own. And then JGeorge sent flying into the post. So far, the 76-year-old looks like an immovable object right now, unfazed by the film crew, unfazed by JGeorge's chops. And then right back in. There's the film crew again, and down they go. Did JGeorge have something in his hand? What's JGeorge? JGeorge got something in his hand, maybe brass knucks, a chain, but Chic Donovan ducks out of the way. And look at figure four here. Figure four. He's calling for it. Can he get him around? Can he hook him in? And he does. Chic Donovan with JGeorge. And JGeorge definitely not expecting this start to his night here at Creative Pro Homecoming. But here comes Lenny on the apron. And then JGeorge there, brass knucks or a chain with the ref preoccupied, will go into the cover on Chic Donovan, and he got him. JGeorge, again, like I mentioned, these matches with the film crew always turn from one-on-one to three-on-one. And the three get the better of Chic Donovan with the ref distracted, the brass knucks and all, and JGeorge gets the win here at the pre-show of Creative Pro Homecoming.